Okay, I think that's all the questions
All
we have
right.
for now. If you want to take us on more of a tour.
All right, I'm going to stick my mask on and go back inside. And you guys have to tell me if you can't see because I don't know what you're seeing. Okay, so we are on second floor and the book stacks are just being installed. That's what we're here this morning for, is to do a walkthrough of the stacks. On second floor, there's an art room right here that the children's department and whoever can use. It will be fully equipped with things to do art for kids. I'll move over this way. Families First and Spectrum wrote a grant for water tables for the kids, and so there will be 2 little water tables in here. The Clark Fork Coalition will come in after school and do water education with kids. On this green wall, there will be a graphic that shows what the Missoula water system is. So where they get their water from, what happens to it through the cycle, and how it goes back into the ground. So that is sponsored by the water department, and pretty, it'll be pretty exciting. The water table that sits by this post will have some shooters on it so that they can shoot water up and learn about how it comes back down. And then the other water table is the old one that's at Spectrum, and it's just being refurbished and it'll be brought over. Then over on this other side, there will be a climbing structure here. It's not a climbing wall, but it has been sponsored by the Institute of Health, and it is so kids can learn about their own health. So they'll take their blood pressure before they climb, and then they'll take it after they climb and see what that does. There'll be a lot of little experiments that go with it so that they can learn about why they need to be active instead of sedentary. And then this room is, this is the Spectrum Discovery area. So all of what was in Spectrum on Toole Street will move into this area. And one of the university professors just wrote a big grant on different types of trees. He's doing research, and into that grant he wrote a piece that he can put an exhibit in this area over here that will teach kids about different types of trees. As we move on, I know Jim wants to really go to third floor. Yeah. So you can see how beautiful and light things are. There's some lights on in here right now, but not many lights. And you can see all the light that comes in out of the windows. It's really a great place to be able to sit and read. All right, we're going to go up the stairs to third floor. So this is that wall I was talking about. Kind of funky shapes on the wall. Long staircase. No. I'll tell you what, we'll get lots of exercise, that's for sure. So this is third floor. This will, the reference collection will be on the south wall. Or I'm sorry, on the north wall. The fiction will be on the south wall. I love these tables. We find in the old building that on long tables, nobody will sit together. And so these provide seating for 6 people, but they're spread out. So that's really nice. These are the study rooms. There's 4 glassed in rooms and then 1 little alcove on this floor. There's 3 on second floor. And here is the Montana room. Doesn't look like much right now because it's just kind of empty, but it's really going to be a beautiful room. It has a lot of good views out of it. You can look down Main Street, and this is where the microfilm and microfilm readers, all of that type of equipment will be for the Montana room. And then in this separate room, as I said, is where the collection will be. And so it will be lit with lights and also with natural lighting. So it's just a bunch of stacks. That's all you see in here. But you can see that everywhere you go, you have a fairly nice view of the city of Missoula. Oh, it's way bigger. So the collection room, because of the way that our stacks are now in the current room, this room has 10% growth from the old room. And then this space where you could do your research at, this room is much bigger than what the existing room is. So, then we'll take a quick walk down. We'll go along Main Street here and go to the other side where the periodicals are. So this wall over here will hold the business section. The libraries in Montana right now are trying to help entrepreneurs, and so the state library is providing a lot of resources for businesses. And this is where we'll have the copy machines and all of that. There'll be a vending machine here to vend a computer, a laptop if you need to use one. And then there's this space to use them on. And then we'll have much more of a business section of materials than we have right now. And then this is the periodical room. And we have lots of newspaper readers every morning, so I think they'll love this space. It's, as you can see, you see Mount Jumbo very well, unless the sun is in your eyes, I guess. And this is where the elk viewing station will be, is out towards Mount Jumbo. So it's a pretty remarkable building. We also have a demonstration kitchen, and it can be used, you can sign up to use it just like any meeting room, but it also will have demonstrations by the extension service and some other people that will come and use it. So all the cookbook collection will be in this area, and there'll be some free seating as along the windows, as well as a table for people who are attending the demonstration. It's a pretty interesting. We used to do a lot of programming with the extension office, but because of health regulations, they couldn't use hot plates and that kind of thing anymore, so we couldn't do them. So it'll be really fun to get back into doing that type of work. We have a lot of people that use cookbooks in our collection, so it'll be fun to be able to have that experience again. So we'll take a quick run up to 4th floor, unless you're getting bored. Okay. Well, I don't want to bore anybody. This is just a stairwell, so it's not very interesting. All right. So the 4th floor has, this is just like a reception room. There'll be tables and chairs in here where people can sit and read, as well as if you're having a function here in the evening or something and you wanted to provide, you can have a bar provide beverages for you. There's a space that's got a little catering spot. There is a nice meeting room. The Blackfoot Communications provided the funding for, and it holds about 30 people. So it's maybe a little, maybe it's the right size for you guys, maybe it's not. And this is my office. So we have 4 offices up here, and then lots of beautiful wood. And now we are in the area of the open staircase and the 2 large meeting rooms. So these 2 rooms have a divider in the middle. They each will hold 125 people, or 250 if you have the divider up. And as I said, they're completely ready for AV or anything like that. And lots of beautiful light. And a skylight that is right above the stairs. So it brings light into the whole stairway. Yeah. Yeah, so this meeting room is, I gotta walk back outside because it's pretty noisy up here. This meeting space is about 3 times the size. You can put just about 75 chairs set up if you don't have tables in the meeting room that we have now. If you have tables, you can't fit that many people. And these are capacity with tables. So 125 people sitting at tables, and they're all round tables. So it holds a large amount of people. Blackfoot Telephone told us that when they're looking for a space in order to do meetings and things, they have a really hard time finding anything that'll hold that many. So I think that it also provides for us a option in the future if the board chooses to decide to lease out space at night after the library's closed for like if Blackfoot wanted to have a meeting or something, that gives us another option for some kind of income. But it would that would always be after the library is closed. So I don't know if I can answer any more questions, but this is the upstairs balcony. It's a pretty nice space, and people will be able to come out here. There's chairs and tables. So far we don't have umbrellas. We're working on trying to find something that will sustain wind. That is our issue, is I'm afraid if we put an umbrella up here, it would end up on the neighbor's roof. But today's a beautiful still day. It'd be fine. South side, yep, on 4th floor. So if you have a meeting in the large meeting rooms, one of the large meeting rooms, or any of the upstairs rooms, then you could also come out here for breaks or whatever. So it provides some outside space as well as indoor. And then, as I said, the other, pardon? Okay.
In the current meeting room, it can be dark at any time during the day for audio visuals, which I think
Yes.
is important. And when you meet in the evening, you have a door that allows you to go in and out without having access to the rest of the library. So will you be able to have completely dark rooms during the day, and when the library is closed, will people be able to go in and out of the meeting room without being accessed to the rest of the building that they should stay out of?
So yes and no. Yes, the windows have darkening, they'll have darkening shades on them. So you will be able to make the room completely dark. We do not have a way to lock people out of the rest of the building. So what we are hoping is, if you want to have a meeting if you're a nonprofit and you want a meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning, you have a code, you come into the building, you go up to the 4th floor, and then we'll have, just like they have in theaters, a rope across the stairway, and we just need to trust that the public who owns this building are going to take care of it. And our patrons at this point have never given us a reason to not believe that that would happen in our current building, and I don't think they'll do anything. The nonprofits that use our building are all taxpayers who know how hard it is to earn a dollar, and I believe that they will take care of it.
Good. I have another question.
Yes.
Back in the high school that I used to teach in, I had some knowledge and relevancy to earthquake preparedness.
Yes.
So what degree has the building been created with the anticipation to survive an earthquake, and especially to protect people from flying glass?
Yeah. So this building is completely seismograph safe. And this glass is like almost an inch thick. It's not, it can't be broken with just something. It may crack or it may pebble like a windshield pebbles, but it wouldn't break off in chunks and fly out.
In other words, does it have that membrane in the middle like
Yes.
windshields on vehicles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It pebbles when it breaks. It doesn't
Because that's a
shatter.
real danger in earthquakes. I
Yeah.
remember teaching my students to get away from the windows during an earthquake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, in I remember I was raised in Anaconda, and in '59 when we had that big earthquake, I remember lots of things moving about that you didn't want to have happen. So it takes these guys 2 weeks to put the library stacks in because they all have to be tied underneath the floor. There's when they poured the concrete, they put eyes in the floor so that everything is tied to down to something so it can't be moved about. So yeah, it's built it's built for this area anyway. Anything else?
Any other questions? Bill?
My question is, how have you provided for genealogy research in the new library?
Okay, so in the Montana room that we were just in, that is where all of our genealogy materials are. If you use our genealogy materials now, you know that our cataloger, Paulette Parpart, has walked every cemetery from Powell County to the Idaho border, taking photos and writing all the information down off of gravestones. And that is all coming with us to this building. We have trained librarian Desiree Funston. She has gone and taken from, I think it's Boston College, their genealogy course. So she's now a certified genealogist, so she can help people get started. We still have Heritage Quest and Ancestry, and the Missoulians, Polk directories, and many other genealogy materials that we have on our shelves. So we do a lot of genealogy research for people and with people, and we'll just be able to do more of it in this building. There's more room to help more people.
Another question, Bill?
How many computers do you have in the genealogy room?
So there's a map computer, and then there are 2 microfilm readers. We may put a third. We haven't decided yet. And the rest of the library, we have no computers for you just to come in and sit down at. We have 74 computers in 2 vending machines, one on first floor, one on third floor. You just use your library card, swipe it. It gives you a laptop to go and sit anywhere in the building that you want to sit. So if you are in the genealogy room and you're doing something on your computer and you decide you need to have a cup of coffee, you can take it with you down to the first floor and go to the coffee shop and continue working there. So people have a much wider variety of things that they'll be able to do because they can move about with their device with them rather than having to sit somewhere stationary, and then you need something and you can't go get it because you're going to lose your time on the computer. They will have Ancestry and Heritage Quest on them. Yeah.
Other
Well,
questions?
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope you'll come visit as soon as you can. Okay. Well, have a great day, everybody. It's a beautiful day out.
Okay, good. You have a good day too.
Uh-huh.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. That was great.